Yo, what up, YouTubers? This is your boy M Carter back with another series. And today I want to talk about a wrestler that I thought had a very good run, 2014, 2015, which is I consider the year of destroying talent for WWE with poor writing, poor management. So I believe that this guy had a great run in 2014, and then WWE decided to destroy him in 2015, leading to 2016 and 17. So I want to talk about how WWE ruined Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute. Rusev is Bulgarian by birth, but was pushing his gimmick as being pledging his allegiance to the Russian Federation alongside his then girlfriend Lana, whose real name is C.J. Perry. Him and Lana made their debut at the 2014 Royal Rumble. Rusev had an amazing showing at the Royal Rumble. He eliminated a few guys and then was ultimately eliminated by four superstars working collectively to get him over the top rope, eliminate him from the 2014 Royal Rumble. He then went on into 2014 and basically dominated the WWE roster, the mid card, excuse me. He dominated the mid card, basically ran through anybody that they put in front of him. Went undefeated for 2014. He started off with feuds like All-American Jack Swagger, who tried to defend America and couldn't get it done. So then Mark Henry stepped up to the plate, couldn't get it done. Big Show stepped up to the plate, whom fans thought had a really good shot in beating Rusev. He couldn't get it done. And then John Cena stepped up to the plate in his first opportunity. He couldn't get it done. And so Rusev had a great 2014. It was a great time to really push him. Even if he wasn't going to get a title run, it would have been a good opportunity to make some money off a pay-per-view and have him fight for the title at that time. It would have been a good time to get a babyface to hold the title and then give him a good run at the title because he would have basically been able to kind of relive that Sergeant Slaughter, Hulk Hogan rivalry back in the early 90s. And so I thought it was a good time to really push Rusev and continue the undefeated streak. One of the things that I didn't understand or I didn't like how the writing changed was Rusev was this unstoppable force in 2014. And then once he lost his first match, like the writers typically do, then he becomes this easy guy to beat when he was just a year prior unbeatable. So I want to talk about, Rusev. I think Lana also plays a major part in the destruction of Rusev. Lana, who is a beautiful girl, really one of the best looking divas or female superstars on the roster. I think October 11th, 2015, the day that Rusev and Lana announced their engagement in the middle of a storyline which they were separated, played a big part in why the creative writing really destroyed the character of Rusev. So at the beginning of 2015, once Rusev had already lost the second match to John Cena at WrestleMania 31, and John Cena had beat him for the U.S. title because Rusev had a U.S. title run, which I think was a good run, a good idea, good writing by WWE to really push the Russian Federation gimmick. Get Rusev the title, which represents the United States of America, the U.S. title, and really have him really kind of that spit in America's face, and I think it was a good way to build his character. Eventually, he clearly had to lose to somebody who really embodied the American spirit, which was John Cena at the end. But I think by how long they carried out his dominance was amazing writing, a great direction to push Rusev in. I think what ultimately destroyed Rusev was October 11, 2015, when he and Lana announced their engagement. At the time, Rusev was in the middle of a feud with Dolph Ziggler. Lana and Rusev were separated at the time, and Lana was managing Dolph Ziggler, and she was with Dolph Ziggler, and Rusev had Summer Rae at the time by his side, and WWE was writing that storyline, and they were trading victories back and forth. And then once they announced their engagement, WWE had to quickly scrap the previous or the writing that they were doing at the time and then rewrite the storyline, a whole new storyline, basically kill that rivalry with Dolph Ziggler and rewrite a new storyline for Rusev. So basically, what they had planned for Rusev, they couldn't do anymore, and didn't have a direction to go in with Rusev. And so by this time, they had Rusev join the League of Nations, which was a mistake because it took away his identity. He was basically being led by Sheamus, who was the WWE champion at the time, working with King Barrett and Alberto Del Rio. And so I think that it took away his identity. It really pushed him to the main card. And I think a lot of him and Lana announcing their engagement and causing WWE to scrap the plans that they had, which were already headed in a bad direction, being in a feud with Dolph Ziggler, who they were already in the process of really destroying for 2015, was really didn't do any help to his brand, to his push. You know, I look at previous guys that they used John Cena to push over, and the success they had, such as Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, who went on to make WWE and Universal Champion title runs. Rusev was one of the guys that they used John Cena to help push over, but they really never went anywhere. It was sort of like the way they did Bray Wyatt. You know, even though Bray Wyatt is champion now, I mean, it's 2 years too late. And granted, I think he definitely is owed a title run. But I think they should have did Bray Wyatt a year ago, 2 years ago, when the Wyatt family was at their premiere, at their pinnacle. So I think that during this time, the Bulgarian Brute Rusev was really destroyed in 2015, 2016, and now he's just basically a mid-tier guy when he could have been a great heel at the top of the heat. He was a different type of heel, would have been a great heel, something different than your average heel, something that you could have really turned the Russian-American rivalry and kind of recreated that Sergeant Slaughter Hulk Hogan rivalry in the early 90s. So this is how I think WWE has ruined Rusev. They really didn't push him when he was on fire in 2014. They should, even if he lost to John Cena, he should have still maintained his dominance. He should have went undefeated for quite some time, at least to the WWE title run. I believe that his dominance, his undefeated streak should have ended during the title run. So you know, I think that they made a mistake of not giving him a title shot. I think back to the Great Khali, when Great Khali had came in and he was this dominant force and undefeated and couldn't be beat. And finally, when he lost his first match, it was against John Cena for the WWE title. And so I think they should have did the same thing with Rusev. It would have really pushed and built his brand. It would have took him to a new stratosphere, and he possibly could still be a main carder to this day. But typically WWE, the poor writing, the repetitiveness, they didn't have a direction to go with Rusev after the Lana and Rusev engagement was announced. The writers got lazy. They didn't really want to. They really didn't focus on him, and didn't really take this to the max. In fact, they should never had split him and Lana up in the first place. They should have kept pushing him with this Russian Federation allegiance gimmick, and they should have ended his streak with a title run, with a title match, excuse me. So I think they jumped the gun too early on Rusev, and because they jumped the gun and they ran out of creative ideas to write him in the storyline, they basically ruined him in 2015. And now that he's lost so many matches to guys that he shouldn't have lost to, you know, now he's a guy that they use to just push guys over, like Roman Reigns. And, you know, I don't think he'll be able to recover. You know, once you lose to guys that you shouldn't lose to, I don't think that you're able to recover from those things and really make a long-term run, or really be able to pull emotion from the fans. And I think that that's what happened when they killed his momentum in 2015, is that Rusev lost the fans. I mean, if you generate emotion out of the WWE universe, whether good or bad, you're moving in the right direction. It's when they don't do anything. It's when they don't react to you whatsoever. Is when you're actually going downhill and you're reaching those depths of non-recovery. And I think that's because of poor and lack of writing and poor direction. This is what happened to Rusev, and effectively WWE destroyed him 2015, 2016. So I appreciate y'all listening to the video. I got more content coming out. Subscribe, help me build the channel up. And I appreciate y'all, man. I love WWE. Even though I'm kind of upset with the creative writing. I'm upset of how they wasted the talent, the momentum of some of these great superstars, these talented wrestlers coming up in 2014. And they really ruined them in 2015, 2016. And I think you need these guys. I think, when you build your talent, you bring back the prestige to these titles. You make these titles meaningful. The U.S. title, Intercontinental title, even the Cruiserweight title. By the amount of times the Cruiserweight title has changed hands, you're devaluing it. You should have gave T.J. Perkins a lot longer run. I mean, the kid had charisma. He has everything that you need in a first Cruiserweight champion, and you ended his reign too quickly. And so I think with Rusev, you ended his reign too quickly. You should have allowed his undefeated streak to end in a WWE Championship match, and that would have allowed them to use him to his maximum potential and really push their storyline a lot further than it went. So lack of creative writing and direction has essentially ruined Rusev, and that's it. So appreciate it. This is your boy M. Carter. Please subscribe. Thank you for listening to my video. Comment in the section below. Let me know, am I right, am I wrong, how you feel. And I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.